Okay. Welcome to Three Bonds, One Battle. How are you ladies this morning?
Great. Glad to be with you ladies.
Okay. Great. You like
I'm
hesitated. I'm like, oh, are you
no,
great?
I just didn't I just didn't want to
Let's
interrupt
get the
Bobby.
scoop. Can't wait to hear what's going on in Tara's world.
You want me to start? I guess we're off to the races. We're
Yeah, we're
off
off to the
we're
races. We're just we actually, it's funny for our listeners. We don't talk much during the week. And like since we've been doing well, Bobby, I've been talking to you more lately just because of the product, but we do a podcast once every two weeks. And then if Tara misses one, then we haven't talked to her in like 4 weeks. And so let's just act like we're on the phone chatting because honestly, like we don't talk that much off air.
Hey girls. Well, I know I had spring break with my kids, which was lovely. It's always nice to get away and have a break and have a vacation. So I did that, and I was down in your neck of the woods, Bobby, down in Florida.
Mhm.
So that was really nice. Yeah, it was. It was really relaxing. In fact, though, I still brought my computer and had to work a day because I feel like now that I'm back at work, there is such a thing as like managing your desk. And it's overwhelming to me to come back to all the emails and all of this. So I would rather spend time on my vacation working for 30 minutes here and there than coming back and being inundated with that stress. So I don't know. I do think that helps anyone with that. I don't know. With my stress level, it sucks to have to work on vacation, but I feel like it limits my stress coming back.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
So, yeah, and then I had a work. In fact, I don't know, I would almost want to do a whole separate podcast on that, but I actually, on this one I'm about to talk about, but I was down in Florida for a work meeting. I had a business meeting a couple weeks ago, beginning of April, and we had a guest speaker, and her name was Allison Masari, and she was amazing, guys. Her story was just amazing. So I just thought it was so relatable to some things I feel like all of our listeners go through, just with our MS journey. Just some of the things she talked about were just impactful, but it was really about well, she had a severe car accident, and she was basically should be dead. She was on fire, her whole car and her body. So she became a burn victim, and she talks about her journey through that. And just in fact, I'll read you like one quote that she had. And in fact, she said, when a struggle enters your life, be vigilant in every breathing moment to seek and find the good that is going to come from it. Search for ferocity, have an understanding. Sorry, I apologize. Have an unbending belief. Your pain and your devotion will sculpt your spirit and bring you to the ultimate destination.
So
I don't
good.
know. I just thought it was maybe on a different podcast we can dive into some of the different things. She was really great, really amazing story. In fact, I asked her if she would come on the podcast, but she doesn't do interviews. She's like, just don't have margin in my life for that. But anyways, so that happened. So I did that, and I had a business meeting, and I really just enjoyed that part of my business meeting. Also other parts, but I was in Florida again for my business meeting, so I was in warm weather, so that was nice. Yeah. So those are like 2 of the 4 weeks. I don't know. That's and then yesterday, luckily my podcast is today, not yesterday, because I got a call from school, and I had to come pick up Cannon because of bad behavior. So it's going great. Oh my gosh, it's like so stressful.
Bad behavior. That's always fun.
Oh my
Did he
gosh.
punch someone? Because that's action.
Yeah, well,
You
I
did?
guess fourth is a charm because that's been a first. So that was
Wait, did
fun.
he really punch somebody?
He touched. He like they have this little game, and you're not. And then because of this like recess and touching, they made a strict rule for these kindergartner boys. You are not allowed to touch. No touching, and if you do, you're going to be sent home. So he did touch someone with his hands.
Oh no, not the touch.
Yeah.
Wow, we're so weak. Oh God, America's so weak these days. He gets in trouble for touching a kid.
Well, he did. Well, I will say, like, it was in his private parts, so I wasn't going to go into detail. But if you would like me to,
oh no,
like he punched, like I think they were punching each other, and then he punched him in his private parts.
Dude,
like
Dylan totally did that in kindergarten and first grade.
Boys.
Boys. So.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it was.
At least he didn't pick the grass and tell his teachers he was smoking weed. I mean, that's what Dylan did when he was in first grade. Oh my God. Like, I promise I sell CBD oil. I don't sell weed. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, so it's boys say, and I feel like that age, like they just say whatever, they do whatever. So it's
no filter.
No.
Yeah, well, my day was, so when he came home, it was only like 11:30 and I still had to work, and then he was being obnoxious. Yeah, it was just like not a fun day.
It would be hard.
I'm glad that today is a new day. That's what I said. We're going to have a great day today.
What about Mike? Has Mike found a job?
Yes, Mike has found a job. He's working so praise God.
Awesome.
He's working for a company called OrthoFix, and transitioning out of his identity and what he did for 20 years into it.
That's so hard. Has it been a challenge kind of like helping him like get through the season? Because I'm sure it's
no.
Really?
Well, I mean, he's extremely positive person, and like just goes and attacks. In fact, I feel like I've had bigger issues than he has. I lament a little bit more than him, and for a lot of various reasons. But no, he's doing good. I mean, he's been doing good with it.
Sounds like resiliency is his stronghold. So
yes, that's correct. That's correct, Nikki. That's correct. That's very accurate. And he was, in fact, that's also another. So that I think it was I was gone for a week, and then I got back on Friday, and then he left on Sunday, and then he was gone for a week because he had to go to training. So it's just been like
cool. Now, is that sales? Is that pharmaceutical sales?
Yeah, kind of, but more medical device, like small. Device.
Like,
yeah. So he's doing actually bone growth therapy. He's selling a device that is for bone growth therapy, like bones that don't heal. I don't want to say not, but with like your normal means of treatment, they don't heal that way. So then he has a device that helps with.
Oh, that's so cool. That reminds me of like the Bioness device. Like that would be so cool if that was your job, going in there and showing a patient how their life could be better with this product. Like how cool would that be? And then you get to follow them along their journey. Like granted, with the Bioness, I don't see the rep now again for another year. So that part would be hard, like not to be part of their whole journey. But to give them something, to see it like do something amazing for them. Like how cool of a job. Like that is so satisfying. Like, you know how they always say, find that job that like brings you like that joy and brings you that like, and helping other people like that. There's no greater joy. And so that's really cool that he gets to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would be a little jealous of that too. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm in front of my computer all day with the kids. Like you go change lives, baby. You go change lives.
Baby, that's time for me to change over my job.
Yeah. Especially with your background, man, like pharmaceutical, like, you could find just like what he did, like find a device but then, granted, there's a lot of running around and.
Yeah, it could be good. I mean, in fact, I would want to, if I was to look anything, I'd want to look into like the Bioness actually. And
that would be so cool. Oh my gosh. Especially like your mobility is still awesome. So, I mean, as far as like having to like travel, go here and go there and go here and go there, like you probably physically could, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
anyway, so that's in a nutshell.
Cool.
what's going on in my world.
Yeah.
My world. And yeah, just I was even feeling yesterday, like in far as MS, like I was just thinking, oh, I don't think I rescheduled my Ocrevus when I was there. Usually I reschedule it for the next time.
Mhm.
And for some reason I can't find it in my calendar. I'm like, I know it's my time's coming up and I have no appointment. And in fact, I'm like, I don't know if it was a different girl that normally does it. And I
Yeah.
don't think she ever scheduled me a follow-up visit for 6 months out. And I was just thinking, I can start to feel like, it's been 5 months. I have like that, like I start to feel it. I'm more tired. My mind's like, and then I'm like, well, that's the problem when I'm working. I feel like those are the type of things that slip through because I can only manage so many thoughts and things in my mind, and things
Yeah.
fall through the cracks. And that's like one of them, like where I'm like, oh yeah, well,
Yeah,
no.
I would just go back through your calendar and type search Ocrevus. Like, don't you put everything in your calendar, like your last appointments in there somewhere?
Yeah, I know where my last appointment is, but I can't find my new appointment.
Then you don't have one, Tara.
Mhm.
And then you need to call today and make an appointment.
So
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of stinks that you're at that 5 month. Like, what is it? What do you guys call it? The Ocrevus
A
something? Crap gap. Yeah. Yuck, dude.
yeah, maybe Bobby, where are you at with everything?
Well, it's been a whirlwind, that's for sure.
Mhm.
My let's see, about 2 days ago, I had like a big old like pop in my ear, which was good. Like I got some hearing back.
Relief. Mhm.
My ears still feel tight. Like I don't have that free feeling, but I do go back to the ENT on Thursday. So I get to see my surgeon, and more than likely, because when I was talking to him, I'll probably have to get some eardrops just to help flushing. So my body's flushing things out, which is good. And I haven't had any drainage this week. So I think it's kind of just there, just staying,
Yeah.
And then with my neurosurgeon, I go back in September, I think it is, and we'll do a whole massive workup on everything. And I'll do a CT scan and they'll compare it to the one that I had. And then kind of go from there. And yeah, so it's
Okay.
been crazy, I haven't, like, with my, like, knowing that I have a brain aneurysm now, like, it's kind of, I don't know. I think having MS and living with MS for so long, and now with this, I feel I have a better grasp on it, but it's definitely made me cherish life more fully than with MS. Like MS definitely made me more appreciative of life, but now having this brain aneurysm, it's like, I don't know, I kind of see and feel like life more wholesome, more than I thought I was before. I don't know. It just kind of gave me a bigger perspective to life, and how uh knowing life isn't, guaranteed. And we hear that all the time, but knowing, like, with the brain aneurysm, it's just a matter of time. And so, I kind of explain it to, like, it's a ticking time bomb. And so it kind of just makes you live life more intentionally, like every single moment, and not worrying about like the little things in life. And if I get upset about something, and I think, I'm like, is it really worth getting upset about? Like, that's just really, like, we all make mistakes. Like sometimes when it comes to communication, it may not come across clear, and I don't know, I just give more grace than ever. And I don't know, I feel like my life now, I feel more abundant about it. And it's scary knowing what the future is, but I don't live in the future, and MS definitely taught me that.
Just to be present in
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
And when I talk to people, it's funny because they're like, you're just so positive. And I was like, I would rather be positive than feel like my life is falling apart. I was like, that for like 5 years, and I refuse to go back to that. And that's why I show up, and, that's why I get to talk to people every single day. And, I point them in, hey, this is what I did. Hey, I know this person, like, go follow this person. Like, but I never make someone, how social media people are like, especially if you work on social media, and they're like, oh, I hate social media. But I wish people would see more of the good things that social media does, because it doors, like our podcast, like
Totally.
how podcasts are nowadays, it
Yeah.
shows the connections that you get with people. And so when I share these lights with people, they're like, oh, I never really thought about that way. And so I'm like, well, now you have a different perspective. I'm like, I did some type of good today, and that feels good. So
Yeah.
but yeah, and Ocrevus wise, I see my neurologist, which we're kind of holding off on my Ocrevus infusion, which kind of getting a handle on my ears and not setting me back further. And so my neurologist, he's been awesome about it. So, and I don't know if Ocrevus is going to be a continuing thing from now on. And, my big focus is just healing everything that's been going on since November, because I don't want it reoccurring, coming back. So, which is good. So that's kind of, where I'm at. Life's been really good. Kids are super busy with sports, so I'm always gone. Like, we're gone like every single day before practice, but I love this time. I love, homeschooling my kids, because our schedule is like, we can do whatever we want. And
Awesome.
I don't feel like I did public schools, like always stressing, just because our life schedule, Logan's schedule, and get to travel with him for work.
Nice.
It's just, I'm very grateful for the
I
time
don't
in life.
know why I don't think I realized you were homeschooling your kids.
Yeah. Been
When did you start doing that?
Yep. And it really works for our family.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Logan's work, and Logan's job has been absolutely mayhem crazy with his agency, and it's a lot of restructuring going on, and their building is being put up for sale, so they're trying to figure out where they're going. So he might be working from home for a little, who knows, but yeah, it's good though. It's kind of a crazy time in life right now, but there's still amazing things. So yeah, it's kind of
Wait, so you started homeschooling when you moved to Florida, right?
Yeah. So I started. Yeah. I didn't. The one thing that I don't like about the county school, because it's our county small, so the school based for the county, just within a town, and I don't like their policies when it comes to like clothing. Girls will show up like tube tops, like bikini tops, belly showing, booty shorts. But there's like a lot of fights. Like, the drugs are really, really bad. And they don't have a lot of like teachers. Like, it's a lot of stress going on within the teachers. And I wanted my kids to be able to do jiu-jitsu, gymnastics, that the school doesn't do. And so I just felt a lot more comfortable homeschooling them. And I would say majority of Florida homeschools. Like, it is insane. Like, majority people homeschool.
In Florida?
Mm-hmm.
So the public school system, you don't feel like is very good at all there?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of a universal. I feel like everyone knows that about Florida. They just don't
I know that just from living there, but I thought actually that recently they touted some different things.
I was just going to say, yeah. Yes. So DeSantis has really like raised their like they're not number 48 anymore.
No, in fact, I think they're up to like 10.
They're like the top. They're definitely in the top, because Carlos and I was talking about this. They're definitely in the top 15. So, I mean, they're definitely better.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I'm curious, now that you have those tubes in your ears, Do you still have tinnitus?
Yeah.
Well, it didn't take that away.
Really, really bad. And Logan, he actually got from the VA, and I'm like, that's not fair. Like, I didn't get one of those. They have a tinnitus machine. Did you know this? I didn't even know that they had this.
What is it?
So it's this small little like device, and it's made and it gives off sounds to help with your tinnitus, especially like when you sleep or if like sitting at your desk and like concentrating. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. And so he's like, well, because he has tinnitus, and he actually has no hearing in his right ear. So he's getting fitted this week for hearing aids because he worked on, we worked on jets. So all the piercing high pitched noise of jets, so they gave him this machine, and I'm like, what? Where was this? Because, I'm rated on tinnitus. I'm like, well, I got that. Like, I wish I had this years ago.
Yeah, well, maybe you could use it.
Oh,
like, can both of you guys use the same one?
Yeah, it's actually been like really nice. We'll have to do it's downstairs in my room because that's when I put it on to help, because that's what I have a difficult time falling asleep because the ringing is so high.
Yeah, I can imagine.
My mind to not concentrate on it so I can fall asleep.
Yeah, I can't imagine. So speaking of the VA, so I don't know. Tara doesn't care because it's the VA, but with the LDN, like the fact that they're giving you LDN now, and the fact that the neurologist is like,
yeah, I wanted to bring that up for you. I saw that in your post.
Tara, listen, like you should really look into it. Like just do low dose naltrexone.org and see like where you can get it. Because when a neurologist that literally is like in his 70s tells you like, yeah, there's some significant studies showing it's going to help with MS, I want to be like, no. You don't say. Like Nikki knew this a decade ago. No, I didn't. I was like, wow, that's so cool. Like, I just love my neurologist so much. So I just like, I'm not combative with him at all, like, because I love him so much. But I'm like, oh, cool. So yeah. So how cool is that?
So cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bobby, you don't take it, do you, Bobby?
So I actually talked so I had it taking it with, I have taken it since I got into Florida because life's been absolutely crazy. And so I actually sent it to my neurologist. I need to check my messages, the portal. And because that's like one thing, Ocrevus and what, I'm like, heck, like this is amazing. So, and plus my neurologist is in the private sector. So I'm like, I want, like, have you seen this? Like, cause he specializes in MS, so I'm kind of hear what he has to say. So
yeah, I would definitely recommend taking it twice a day, and you can tell them whatever you want. I mean, again, if they're just now realizing that it helps, like they don't know that much about it, so I'll just tell you a little bit about it. Dr. Quinn, medicine woman here. So I would actually advise taking one pill first thing in the morning, then one before bed. Just like keep it by your bed. Because when you take that high dosage, I mean, you can start with whatever you want and try it, but at higher dosages, which now they go up to 4.5 milligrams. Hey, Tara, I'm going to mute you really fast while talking just because of the feedback. But
you're getting feedback from me?
Yeah.
Wonder why.
I don't know. I muted myself earlier. It wasn't me. So I'm just like, while I'm talking, and then I'll just unmute you. So 4.5 milligrams is like pretty high. And that's the highest. And so most neurologists will start you at that, which, okay, fine. If you want to play around, do it. But what it'll cause is It won't cause the major anxiety. If you take it first thing in the morning, you'll be like, everything, I do everything. Like, it's the most bizarre feeling. But before bed, you're going to have very vivid dreams, and they're going to be scary dreams. And it even says it on the website. Like, it'll say that's a side effect. And that is the only side effect, is the dreaming and the anxiety, like increase. And you can feel that. I mean, I've taken products before where I'm like, so just don't take it again. It's not that big of a deal. But then you have to kind of play around with the dosage, and I'm sure the neurologist will say the same thing. So then you can say, okay, 4.5 didn't work for me. Let's try 4. And then you'll do 4, and you're like, yeah, no, let's do 3.5. So I kind of found my happy medium at 3. So I take 1.5 in the morning and 1.5 at night. I've also played around with 2 in the morning and 1.5 at night, and that's perfectly fine too.
Awesome.
Mm.
Am I unmuted? Can I talk? Am I unmuted?
Yes.
So you, what would be the minute? Like, so you do 1.5 in the morning, 1.5 in the afternoon. Is that probably like the minimum? Like, I guess you could probably go lower, but would you say that's probably the minimum? Like,
yeah, I would say that's why they start you higher. That's why, I have friends that are like, oh, mine started me on 4.5. I was like, ooh. I think that is what they do. And so, but more isn't always better. You know what I mean? So
right.
Weird side effects. I just think in general, that's what the practitioners are like trained to, okay, let's just lower it if you feel weird. I've never heard of somebody starting at a really low level. Because I think the studies do like say 4.5 milligrams specifically. So I think that's why they're starting people out with that.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've talked about the benefits. I mean, you feel like it's been great for your legs.
Yeah. So it's just, I'm not as stiff in the morning. And I talked about this years ago on the show. Remember I said,
I remember when you were going through this in the dream specifically. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. And so it's one of those things, dude, that you just like Bobby says, when she moves, she stopped taking it. It's like, we don't realize what it does until we stop. And then we're like, oh wait, that actually like really helped me. I've had that epiphany lately with ivermectin as well. I'm like, man, when I don't take that 15 milligrams, my legs are not doing well. Like, why is that? I don't know. I mean, people with lupus take that daily. Is lupus, is it doing the same? Is it stopped? I don't know. I don't know why it's helping my legs, but when I don't take it, I don't do as well during the day. So it's just kind of one of those things that you play around with, you realize how great it is, you run out, you're feeling great, and you don't really kind of put that together because you're also taking other things. Then you found something else really cool, and then you're doing that too. Like, this is like, this is the problem with people that love experimenting with their body, which I do. I think MS is fascinating in that, when I titled this show, I'm like, nerve eating disorder. Like it's literally eating our nerves. Like, how weird is that? But it's also like really cool in that, like, okay, let's find things that will like sever that nerve back up. Like, there's gotta be ways. So I just think that when it comes to MS, like I have fun playing with my body because the human body is fascinating. And if you listen to it, it will tell you.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of, you want to hear a new product I found? Okay, so this product, well, I didn't find it. So when I got my DNA read, Derek Lyons told me about this product. I'm like, whoa. So this product is for people that have major anxiety, which I don't, but it also does other things. So when people say like, hey, is there anything out there for anxiety? So this product is called Pure Encapsulated is the brand. So it's called Pregnenolone. So it's PREGNENOLONE, Pregnenolone. And it's a neurohormone that can convert into any of the hormones. So it balances your levels out, but also had an amazing effect on the brain, the health, and lowers anxiety, improves memory, and a lot more. So if you look into it, that actually could really help if there's people out there battling with anxiety, because I do know, anxiety and depression is a big thing with MS and just Americans in general. So
Are you going to put that in the show notes?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And then DHEA. So I've added like all these things that I'm taking like right before bed. So it's like my cabinet, because it really, I feel like if it's right there and you don't have to have food with these things, what easier time than right before bed? Then I find myself like drinking like 12 ounces of water every night, because I'm taking all these pills, and then I'm like, well, goddamn, I gotta pee at like midnight. Like I've only been asleep for an hour, and I have to get up and pee. So that's the only negative but the positive is you won't forget to take them. So
yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot, Nikki. I'm thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But it makes you feel better. So
yeah. So that's
take your so what all are you taking at night then? You take
magnesium, LDN, DHEA, that progenolone. That's it. But I take a couple of magnesium, so it's like it's a lot of pills.
Yeah.
I ran into somebody, and they didn't give me a reason, but I just thought this was weird-ish. Let me tell me if it's weird. They said they couldn't take magnesium. Why?
They could not. Why are they allergic to it?
I don't know. I've never in 4 years of coaching, I've never heard that. Like, why would you not be able to take magnesium? I'm not sure.
That's interesting. Especially with magnesium.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
I know. Absorb. You should. Yeah. Well, you could ask, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll say I'd like an allergy to it, but that would be weird.
Yeah, that's like in every food. Like that's in like everything you consume has a little magnesium in it.
Right. So maybe it's just like the form of it. I don't know.
But then it goes to like, are you educated enough in it? Because there's a lot of forms. I was talking to Derek. So many. I was talking to Derek this morning. He goes, another thing that's good for anxiety is magnesium. And I was like, what? Magnesium? What? I was like, I've never even heard of that form of magnesium. I thought it was the poop queen. Like, I don't know about that one. So yeah, there's a lot of magnesiums. So is it nice where you guys live now? Yeah. So it's probably nice it's getting spring here. What about you, Tara, in Indiana?
It's just not consistent. It was nice yesterday, but not nice today. Then it's just not consistent. Yeah. And usually actually it is by now, but I feel like it's been a colder spring. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait till like the consistent 70s. That's like great legs, like great leg day. Like I'm already wearing my like sundress, like there's a sundress underneath this light, like whatever. And then I can wear, like when my legs are free, I am free. And then I can slap on my little, Vionist device and yeah, like yesterday I was like, I can walk forever, but I felt like half a mile, but I felt like that was forever. Yeah. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for summer to say.
Yeah, and hopefully is that before? What about and then till the heat comes. So you have like there's like that perfect temperature. It is 70. My husband's always like, there's now. I'm like, yes, there's a perfect temperature.
There's a perfect temperature for our legs. Yeah.
Yeah. 70 degrees.
70s. Yeah, for sure. 70s, even 60s. It just can't be cold enough that like our legs lock up. Like it can't, I met my boyfriend halfway from Greenville. Forgot something, and so I was standing out. I have to have the dress on, and I was standing out. We met at Hardee's off the interstate, and I'm like, oh my god, like what happened to the 70s, 8 degrees yesterday, and like my legs were kind of locking up. It was like 58, so that's like too cold. For MS. Like there is a happy medium for those that manage MS. It's either you're gonna walk like the Tin Man and be super awkward because your what just doesn't work. Your legs don't work. Or you're like, oh, I just walked 1,000,000 miles and you walked like 400 meters.
That's how hot it is.
Yeah, because it's so hot. Yes. So.
Oh. I was gonna ask you too. Did you mention how that is available to get the pro for anxiety, and you take it at night?
Yeah, that's just on Amazon. It's just Pure Encapsulated is the brand.
Got it.
That's where I get my magnesium. A lot of my products are Pure.
I get my vitamin D from there. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I think that's it. I don't know.
I think we're out of words. Just kidding. I'm never out of words. Did you guys see my backyard? Oh my God, Carlos did such a great job. Oh, like I can't wait till he does my front yard.
Oh.
That was a pricey, like that was kind of pricey. Like we're not gonna do we're gonna do the pine needles in the front because it's way cheaper.
Yeah.
But I do think like that's kind of a emotional like moment when you manage MS and you can't help. Like you have to watch somebody. And I know with his ego, he probably wouldn't want me to help. But like, without MS, I'd be out there helping him. But like because of my legs, I'm like, dang, like I probably couldn't even like watching him squat down and do it like hand like painting the fence and then standing up and then squatting down and then standing up. I'm like, oh my God, I would be done after 4 panels. Like all day done. So
well, you were probably allowing him to bless you. That's awesome.
Yeah, but it does feel a little weird. Like it just
yeah.
It feels weird somebody working for you so hard and then you're just
oh,
what do I do? Like, you're like inside and you're like, oh, like I'm watching you. I couldn't even I stayed under the umbrella. It got pretty hot on Sunday, but I was like under the umbrella because I'm not going to sit in the sun. I'll never sit in the sun. Like I'll never go back to being that person on the beach, like without an umbrella. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So yeah, thank God for my Lowe's, $600 umbrella. I will say that those huge ones, like they're pricey, but man, you'll never
they're worth it.
Yeah, they're priceless when it comes to MS because it'll last it better last for decades. And they're just like so like huge and undestructible. Is that a word? Indestructible.
But
and with that, we're gonna let you all go. Undestructible. Yes. We'll have a great Easter.
Happy
wonderful week to celebrate all that we were given and was done for us, and we're so undeserving. And I just think that this week is an emotional time. Just reflecting and giving thanks for what he did for all of us. Like it's just insane.
Yeah.
But yet so necessary. So
amen.
All right. Well, we will talk to you next week. As always, please share our podcast. There's millions of people battling MS. And so when you go to Spotify or iTunes and you like and subscribe, it actually helps us reach more managing MS. So thank you for doing that in advance and have a great Easter.
Thanks. Have a great Easter.
Bye.